Hello and welcome to another video. Today will be another plant video. Obviously we are in the little plant room. You won't have to see me the rest of the time. I know I look terrible. And hopefully my nails are not in this too much because they're not looking good either. But I made a New Year's resolution that every month I was going to put out a YouTube video. So it's January 27th. This January one's got to get out. But today we're just gonna kind of walk through and talk about my little plants on my little plant wall kind of thing I have. And then, so not all the plants, but just those ones. But yeah, if you wanna see that, just keep on watching. Okay, and I apologize, the camera on the other side doesn't always look the best. I'll try and make sure it focuses really good if I can. It's also super cloudy and gloomy here, but anyway. But we are starting with my philodendron squamiferum, however you want to say it, but this is her. I really like her. She has really pretty leaves. She's thrown a few wonky ones lately. And I think it was because she was in too much light. Obviously that is an old damaged one. And all my philodendrons right now, they are all putting out one leaf that has taken a ridiculous amount of time to unfurl. But I learned my lesson with my silver sword and I will leave it alone. I'm also air laying it because, truthfully, the last video we did where I chopped up that philodendron black cardinal, did not go well. Yeah, so we're gonna try and air layer first. But that is her, and she's sitting on this little tin here. I also will briefly talk about this little one. This one is just a little plant that was in my terrarium, and I just trimmed it and then put it in this little moss and then neglected it, but it's kind of cool. It's still going. And then from our other video too, I have my Monstera adansonii, doing really well. I don't know if I can see the roots. The roots are super good. I'm still on the fence if I want to keep it because my cats like to eat it, but I was well, maybe I'll just grow it semi-hydro and put it on the wall or something. Obviously there's the damaged leaves from the cats eating it, but the new ones look good. So it's just chilling in this perlite and water. And then moving on to this section, it's like a little shelving thing, and I have some Barina lights on 2 of the levels. So this next level, kind of just a whole little Hoya level. In the back I have a Hoya curtisii cuttings that I have going and some perlite. They look pretty good. I found the curtisii seems to really like humidity, so it's got a humidity dome. Then next to it I have my Hoya Nuna, which has been one of my favorites. It is doing great, thriving. Now I'm looking at the newest leaves, kind of light. I wonder if it's because she's up too high. We'll see. And then we have my Hoya acicularis, which I have chopped up and then just threw this little plastic wrap over here. I think I'm gonna try and have it as a wet stick and throw it in the prop box, but I was well, we'll just give it some humidity for now. This one's just a Hoya patulata cutting that I'm hoping to either trade or sell. And we have my Hoya David Kamingii, and it is putting out a new leaf. It is really pretty. I don't know if we'll be able to focus it, but trust. It's I guess it's sun stressing. I wish it would focus it. If it doesn't focus, I'll just take a picture and kind of clip it in. But there's a hair on there. And then I have a Hoya rosita that is got some humidity going and it's good. And this one is a cutting I took and I have actually forgotten what it is. It's either maybe a Wyetii. I feel like it could be a Rosita, but it's, I don't know, this leaf's throwing me off. So anyway, I think I'm probably just gonna hold on to that one and see what it turns out to be. And then on our next level, I have my like actual plant, Hoya rosita. She's doing well as always. I kind of feel like she hasn't been enjoying the light as much. So I've been thinking about moving her. And then just Hoya pubicalis cuttings and some more Hoya curtisii that are in like a little humidity bag. This is my philodendron micans, Hoya wyetii, and another Hoya patulata. And then this is my little prop box. I don't know if you can kind of see it. But just some different things in there. And then kind of the last level we'll talk about is this one, and this one just has cuttings. This one has my neon pothos cuttings and golden pothos cuttings. This one's just a carnosa. It wasn't intervariegated, but it's reverting, so that is it there. And then these are my Hoya crassipediolata cuttings, which I actually need to move one of them because it's doing quite well. I was gonna like wait till the spring, but it's really just putting out roots, which is awesome. And then hopefully it's not too shadowy. We'll kind of hopefully zoom in, but it's a little IKEA pegboard that I have on command strips, which has been fine. Just because I'm moving soon, so I wanted to be able to just install it later. But we have my Hoya pottesii, Hoya placata, which was on the little shelf, but I felt like was getting too much sun. Kind of like the middle section was getting like a little burnt. So moved that one. My Hoya subcalva, I honestly was afraid it was not going to make it. It's doing okay. It seems to not like as much light in my opinion. And then my Hoya rostatella hummingbird is doing okay. This is one that I kind of got and I was like, I don't know if I really could tell what was going on with the leaves. They're like the bottoms are really gross looking on the bottom too. But it does look like it's putting out some new growth, so you know, I guess that's good. And then we have my Hoya australis. I have a bigger one too, but this one's just chilling here. And then my Hoya crimson princess, who I love so very much. She's one of my favorites. I like kind of only got her because I was like, oh, she's cheap and like everyone has a Hoya crimson princess. But honestly, it's such a beautiful plant. And then we'll go through my little Wally Grow planter walls. They are not spaced out evenly, but again, I am moving. This is a philodendron Brazil, obviously doing well. And this is a Hoya pubicalis. It's labeled as speckled because it's not quite as splashy. It does have a very splashy leaf. Let's see if we can. We'll insert pictures of the ones that are just like absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but do not look good on this camera. It's putting out tons of new growth. It looks awesome. It has this one little area that I can't lie, I think is a peduncle, but I don't want to say it and it not be right. So anyway, we're keeping a careful eye on it, just in case. But that is the Hoya pubicalis. This is one of the newest leaves. And it's pretty splashy, so anyway. And then this is a philodendron micans too. This is one of my favorite ones. It is just such a like gorgeous, velvety, all different colors of the leaves. It's really, really a neat plant. And then we have kind of some moss poles going on. This one is, this one's my philodendron horsehead. Obviously, like none of the leaves are looking very much like a horsehead, so I'm hoping eventually they kind of correct themselves. Obviously, like, this is getting pretty big. And then this was the philodendron horsehead leaf, which looked really good until my cats, because it was sitting like on the floor. But that one's on a moss pole, and that is kind of a different moss pole than the one we did in our last video. And maybe eventually, once I get the hang of them, I'll kind of review it. I do like this one better so far. And kind of here on the floor, I have my philodendron silver sword, which is such a beautiful plant. Like, honestly, it's so stunning. And I'm hoping to kind of chop a little bit and prop it. It has a new leaf coming in, and then it has one that had trouble unfurling, and then I decided to help it and broke the tip off. But it is taking a really long time to unfurl, but I guess just leave them alone. I'm air layering this one too, so hopefully we can get some more plants, because there's really just such a beautiful plant. And another one of my favorite ones right now is my philodendron splendid. I have two of them. This one not doing as well. But this one I ended up just putting on a moss pole, and she's like sizing up her leaves, and she is just so pretty. She's so pretty, she's easy, doing great. And then one of the ones we put on the kind of that D-styled moss pole last time was my philodendron Brommarks variegated, and it's doing fine. It's chilling. It's got this new growth, and I'm hoping eventually it'll do something. Obviously, it's like winter right now, so I'm trying not to really worry about it too much, but we shall see. And then I have this little kind of storage area, or like a little shelf kind of thing. And this one just has a poor little succulent that's not doing great. It was doing really good, and then the cats knocked it over. They are just holy terrors. There's one right here. Humidifier going. Hoya australis cutting. Another Hoya patulata. There's dirt because, I guess we'll just skip to the top. There's dirt because I knocked over my beautiful Hoya crassipediculata. So this might be like a memorial, because who knows, maybe she'll hate me now. But she's like one of my favorites. She's so pretty. The deep veining to me is just absolutely stunning. But yeah, she's on a trellis. I've kind of self-diagnosed her. I feel like all my other Hoya that I've had, that I've been like clipping and things, have thrown out tons of new growth. And I've taken a few cuttings of this one, and I was like, you know, she's not really putting out any new growth. Like, she looks good, but there's no new growth. And so I kind of took some pictures of the back of the leaves, and it was kind of mixed whether it was flat mite damage or just like scarring from like an old bump. But I've decided to empirically treat for flat mites just in case. But yeah, so in case this is the only time you see her, she was beautiful. I have another Hoya publicalyx. I just have them. There was just too many to fit in that one pot, but there's one here. It's throwing out a bunch of new growth too. So I'm interested to see, out of the 3 publicalyxes I have, the other one's right here, which one would throw out a peduncle first, which one would throw out a bloom first. But anyway, yeah, so there's 3 of them. And then I have my Hoya Latterbachii. That one has new growth. So it is looking good. And then I have 2 I want to get rid of, which is the Transcentia Zebrina. Oops, sorry, my phone had, not my phone, but the iPad had gave me a notification that the battery was running low. But the Transcentia Zebrina, not my favorite. The cats also like to eat it. If the cats like to eat it, they fastly become not my favorites. And this one's like a Sanservia. It was like the braided one. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really love it. And then Hoya is doing okay. And yeah. So that'll bring us to the end. That is my little wall, kind of, oh, and my prop box, last things last, prop box. But yep, that's all of them on this wall. I love them dearly, and I really like that I can have the grow lights on them, and they're doing very well here. So yeah, so in February we'll do another video. If you have any ideas or would like to see anything in particular, just let me know in the comments. And until then, have a good one.